Hello, my name is Mike. This is a bike. In this, you mean it's not a bike? Oh, I beg your pardon. These are the bikes. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about this, even though it's not a bike. Now, in this particular episode, we're going to do a fairly simple, fairly quick, mundane job, which means, of course, that everything's going to go wrong and it's going to turn into a huge, complex job. Yeah, you know how that usually goes. And the big, giant jobs often turn into quick, simple jobs. Anyway, I was originally going to do this video as a short because it was such a short job. But the problem is, well, there's a couple of problems. First of all, I know it's going to snowball. Second of all, well, according to some other YouTubers that I've been talking to, well, the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, prefers the full-size videos to the shorts. And without the happy algorithm, well, people won't even find my videos. They won't even know I exist. So instead of a short, I'm making a regular video out of it. Which means, in order for it to be a full-size video, I'm going to pad it with a bunch of useless stuff. Just to, stretch it out. So, like most desert cars, the plastic has just completely baked and has become incredibly brittle in this car. You can see there's chunks missing. And that was when I tried to put a new weather strip in here, it just disintegrated. Same thing on the other side. Did some work to it and it crumbled and disintegrated. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to install, of course, the wrong parts. See, these are off a Mustang. And for those of you that didn't notice, well, this is not a Mustang. Even though it shares a lot of the same components, well, it's a station wagon. Anyway, since these are the wrong parts, you just know that there's going to be some cobbling taking place. Now, one of the reasons that it's so important for me to replace these trim panels is, well, I'm going to duct tape drags. And when I get there, they're going to have a tech team to make sure my car is ready to go down the drag strip. And of course, if they see a cracked piece of plastic like this, I'll be instantly disqualified. No, I'm just doing it because I don't like cracked plastic. And even though the ones I got, which are on the hood there, are the wrong flavor, well, they're better than cracked, and they'll match my visors. See, my visors are dark brown. My dash topper thingy is dark brown. And this hood, they'll blend right in. Yeah, no, they won't. They'll look like I cobbled the car together, which of course I did. But kind of one of the differences is on this one, see, there's a screw back here that holds it, and a screw here that holds it. So this molding can be removed with just removing a couple of screws here and a screw up here, and then the whole thing comes off. The new ones, however, have a screw that's back here that you can't get to unless you remove the entire dash pad. And that's where it gets scary, because if you've watched my other videos, you know that this dash pad was cobbled together because it was disintegrating, and it was all I could do to kind of patch it together. So we're going to take it apart. Hopefully it doesn't disintegrate further, and then we'll try to install the A-pillar moldings. So if you can stand it, stick around.
Somewhere in a dusty, dirty back alley in western Arizona, not far from historic Route 66, is an old fart trying to cram a square peg into a round hole. He'll work on anything, just as long as it's got at least 2 cool wheels. we have a problem. Well, you know, I kind of sort of measured it, and this end looks okay-ish. And I was thinking I'd have to just, do this hole here and I'd be good. But the problem is, well, it's too short. Looks like the roof line on the Mustang is slightly shorter than the roof line on the rest of the Fox platform sedans. And normally I can cobble stuff to make it work, but I don't know of a way to cobble plastic to make it longer. I have yet to develop that technology, which means, well, I'm gonna put it back together the way it was. Sorry I wasted everybody's time. Well, I got it all put back together, and I only dropped one of the dash screws down into the defroster vent. That's always fun. However, I made a very handy tool with a little piece of magnet connected to a piece of wire specifically for that purpose. I made this tool probably 40 years ago, and it saved my butt many times. Oh, yeah. Anyway, now we know that even though they might look a lot alike, they're completely wrong. Anybody out there got a Mustang, a Fox Body Mustang, need some brown A-pillars? Let me know. I got them for sale. Cheap. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. What? You thought there was going to be more? I told you this was going to be a short video. If I could have replaced them, it still would have taken the same amount of time. Let me pad it just a little bit, make it longer. Okay, are you satisfied? Was that long enough? Anyway, sorry I couldn't get more done and resolved. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, duct tape drags. Maybe one day